TV. So, it's the 30th of June today. Tomorrow we will officially launch this channel, 1st of July. And with that, I will be doing a quiz tomorrow night, a 20-question quiz. You can all join me at 6 p.m. for that. And also we'll be giving away a couple of free scarves to a couple of lucky fans over the course of the next couple of days. Tonight's video, or this afternoon's video I'm doing, is something I've been thinking about over the last 2 or 3 days after hearing signing after signing after signing, going to all of the different clubs that are signing them. So Rafinha, Richarlison, which is shocking that someone's just paid 50 million for him. Aston Villa have really strengthened. I actually think that this is the strongest that I have ever seen the Premier League. It really is. I can't believe the strength of the league this season. I actually genuinely believe there is 4 teams that can win the league this year. 4, and that is Manchester City, Liverpool, Antonio Conte's Tottenham, and Chelsea. I just really do think that there's 4 that you couldn't rule out the title race. I think Conte's building something special at Tottenham. He's a top manager. He's won the league before. He's just won the league in Italy as well, only a season ago. So it's going to be, I think, one of the most exciting title races ever. I mean, you look at it now. If you look at, like, Newcastle are now spending. I mean, he just signed Sven Botman. They've got Pope as a goalkeeper. He's an outstanding goalkeeper. I actually think that if we didn't have Alisson, I think he'd be the best one to go for. I know Cameron Keller has been outstanding, but I mean, if we didn't have Alisson, I'd actually say to Liverpool, go for Pope. But if you think about it, you've got Newcastle that are going to be up there, top 8, top 10, easily this season. Villa, under Steven Gerrard, signed some great players. Obviously, the lad, the centre-back from Seville, he's a great signing. Coutinho on a permanent transfer. They've also... There's still talk that he's in for Suarez. I've heard they've just bid 15 million for Curtis Jones as well, and that's been rejected. But Steven Gerrard's Aston Villa, I mean, they're improving their stadium. That's going to go up to 52,000. So Gerrard's at a massive club in Aston Villa. You've got Forest who have come up. It's going to make the league better. Leeds United have lost Rafinha and Calvin Phillips, so it's going to be interesting to see what they do in the market. But I'm telling you now, this league, this season is going to be... There's no games where you're going to go, that's a shoo-in. We'll definitely win that, apart from Everton home and away, of course. Don't even get me started on Richarlison. 50 goals he's scored in 156 games or something like that. And he's already gone for 100 million in transfer fees in his career. Watford got 50 million for him, and Everton have got 50 million for him. He's absolute crap. Most of his goals have come from the penalty spot, and if Everton were bad last season, but he was more or less the only decent player along with that Anthony Gordon that they had. So I won't be surprised if they're in the shit. And the problem that Everton have got is that everybody's getting better. Villa will be a lot better than they were last season. Newcastle won't be down at the bottom like they were for the first 3 quarters. They're going to be better. So Everton are just going to get further and further away from the top 6, top 8, top 10, which means they're going to be in for a relegation battle. Now, let's not forget that Everton have got the worst away record in the Premier League by a country mile. If they start off bad, they're going to get sucked in. And I actually genuinely believe that Everton, they're not even signing anyone. They're not even signing any decent players. Excuse me. Bit of hay fever there. So I just honestly think to myself, this is going to be an amazing Premier League campaign, because you can look at it now and think, Wolves were really good under their new manager. They were good last season. They'll be one of them teams again, difficult to beat. Newcastle is going to be a really tricky place to go away. Then you've got Villa, very tricky away game to go to. Then you've got Arsenal. Let's not forget Arsenal under Arteta. They're rebuilding. Again, they're bringing in some good players. Gabriel Jesus from Man City up front. You know, they're bringing in some good players. So Arsenal are going to go again. They finished 5th last season. So if you look at it, you've got Man United under Ten Hag. We're going to have to wait and see how they start, but it's not looking great at the moment with the negativity in the transfer sort of incomings that they're having. But there's still a long way to go till the season starts. So you've got Arsenal, Man United, Newcastle, Aston Villa, Tottenham, Chelsea, Liverpool and Man City, right? They're going to be, I mean, Wolves are normally always up there as well. They're going to be there's going to be some scrapping for the top four for the Europa League places and everything. And I reckon this season's going to be probably one of the best we've ever seen. Liverpool, the title race. I think it'll go down to who starts the best out of Haaland or Núñez. I think if Núñez starts better, then Haaland will win the league. That's how important I think the centre forward is this year for them two clubs, because they've lost Fernandinho and they've lost Gabriel Jesus. Now, Jesus chipped in quite a bit for Man City with goals, and I actually think they've got weaker. All right, okay, if Haaland's a great signing, but they've lost Aguero, they've lost Fernandinho, they've lost David Silva and Vincent Kompany. A lot of their great players over the last 2 or 3 years have left, and De Bruyne is getting on a bit now. He's not going to be around forever, so Sterling might be going to Chelsea. I think if Raheem Sterling goes to Chelsea, I think that might, push Chelsea up another level as well, because you can see him scoring quite a lot of goals for Chelsea. So you don't know where. I mean, I actually can't pick my top four. I was trying to do it earlier, thinking to myself, right, who do you think? Liverpool and Man City is always neck and neck, so you go first and second with them. Third, Tottenham have signed some serious players. Bentancur, obviously Richarlison's just a squad player, but I mean the players that they've brought in, obviously Basuma from Brighton's a great signing. Spence from Forest, why did Middlesbrough let him go there? I don't know. But this is just amazing. I've never seen a Premier League like this, where it's always been the best league in the world, but now it's just gone to a different level. It's not just the players, it's the managers. You've got Conte, you've got Guardiola, you've got Klopp. Now you've got Ten Hag. What's he going to do? You've got Mikel Arteta now. He's been given what every manager needs at Arsenal, which is time and backing. So it's going to be interesting to see the start that Arsenal make. But I tell you what, I cannot wait for this new season. It's going to be brilliant. It really is going to. I tell you, my little what's it called? Dark horse, Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace under Patrick Vieira did really well to the tail end of last season, and I actually think that they're going to be one of those sides. And let's not forget, they took a point off Man City at home. I think they're going to be one of them sides that sort of costs the big teams a few points this season, Palace. And they're our bogey side as well. They beat us a couple of times at Anfield, and the famous 3-3 draw. So, I mean, I don't know what you think, but I honestly think that the Premier League this season is just going to be out of this world. I mean, I'll have a look, see if any of you have commented quickly. I think it's spot on. Cheers, Mark. I know a lot of you are probably just getting in from work now. I was on early today, so I finished at 2. So yeah, if you're watching this later, let me know in the comment section. I can still respond to you even when I've stopped the live. I just honestly, I can't call the places. I mean, even getting relegated, Leeds are my favourites to go down at the moment, but that's only because they've lost their 2 best players and they haven't really brought anyone in that I'd go, wow. I mean, I heard Ryan Kent could happen, but Leeds, Forest have really good backing in terms of they've got money to spend. Be really interesting to see how Taiwo Awoniyi does. A lad that, let's not forget, wasn't that he wasn't good enough to play for Liverpool. There was a massive work permit problem, so Liverpool had to just keep loaning him out. But FSG did incredible business to get the money they did for him, and also then to put a sell-on clause in it as well. So I'm really, really intrigued to see how Nottingham Forest done. Always been intrigued to see how Steven Gerrard does. If he gets Luis Suarez on a free, I mean, that's going to be something else to watch that. I mean, they showed, I know they threw away the lead, but they showed that when they went to Man City, they are not a team to be messed with, this Aston Villa. They've got a good front four, Buendia, Ings, obviously they've got Watkins, and if they get Suarez, I mean, Jesus Christ, if they get Luis Suarez, it'd be incredible. So yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to not just the Premier League, but even the Championship. I love football. I'm looking forward to anything, to be honest with you, because I love football. Even seeing how Lucas gets on. Well done to Lucas as well, moving back to Gremio. I watch Brazilian football as well, so it's weird. I watch quite a lot of football, but the Premier League is the best. And actually can't wait to be sat here watching Super Sunday, Graham Souness, Gary Neville going off on one about Man United being so poor. You know, I just can't wait. I miss it so much. But we're getting there. It's the 1st of July tomorrow. And then 11 days from then, we play Man United. Then 3 days after that, we play Palace in a friendly. And then before you know it, the ball's rolling. We've got Manchester City in the Community Shield at the end of the month. So we're nearly there now. And I'll keep you entertained with videos every day. I'll do a video every day. I'm going to do a different subject every day. I'm going to go through the whole squad and just talk about each player per video as well. So that'll be starting from tomorrow's launch. We'll start with Alisson Becker, and then I'm going to work my way through the whole squad and tell you what I think of them as a player, whether we should renew their contracts or we should just let them see out their contracts and then keep rebuilding, because that's what we're doing at the moment at Liverpool. We're trying to make ourselves great for the next decade after being great for the last more or less decade with Klopp, and that's 7 years I think it is now. So I'm really happy with the squad. Still think we need a midfielder. Hopefully now we've sold Nico Williams, I'm hearing that's nearly done, for 15 million to Nottingham Forest. Hopefully we can put that towards attacking Minamino money. Add Naby Keita to it. I know it's saying, well, hang about, Neil, why would you want to be saying we need a midfielder if you're going to add Naby Keita to it? Listen, if we're going to keep this squad size, not good enough for Liverpool. Yes, he can have his moments, but I still can't think to myself, wow, what a player that boy is. And I'd just like to ask you this question. Would any of you be devastated if tomorrow you woke up breaking news that Naby Keita has left? I wouldn't. I'm sure 90% of the fan base wouldn't either. So that tells you everything. He just doesn't stay fit. He can be frustrating, and he doesn't score enough goals. We're missing the Coutinho-like midfielder, we're missing the Steven Gerrard-like midfielder, where you can whip a free kick into the top corner or you can hit a 30-yarder. I mean, Keita scored a lot of sort of sick goals for Leipzig, but he's not brought that. I know he scored a couple good ones for us, but he's not really brought anything like what we expected. And what annoys me about him is he doesn't even look like a character either. He's got no about him. He just runs around. He just looks dead daft. I want a centre midfielder that, like Gerrard used to, can grab the game by the scruff of the neck, get involved, a bit like Thiago, but with a bit more aggression. Fabinho's brilliant and stuff like that, but I want somebody that's going to be Eriksen with a mix of Jorginho, if you know what I mean. That kind of blend, and I know that Barella is exactly that. So let me know your thoughts on that. But I do believe that there's 4 teams in the title race as we speak. Depending on who Manchester United sign from now until the end of the transfer window, you could possibly say 5. And again, Arsenal, you know, so you're looking at Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City, Man United possibly, Liverpool and Tottenham. 6. There could be 6 in this year's title race. So it's going to be one of the best seasons ever in terms of entertainment value. And it makes all the other games amazing. I can't wait to watch Man City, Man United. I can't wait to watch Arsenal, Tottenham, with Tottenham now starting to become back again. Arsenal now trying to reemerge. I love football. I'm not just a Liverpool fan, I'm a massive football fan. So this is going to be, in my opinion, the best Premier League ever, because it's now getting beyond the joke that all the best managers and players are now here. It's not like the old days when you had Messi and Ronaldo in Spain and Italy was littered with the greatest players in the world. Now they're all here. They're all here, so it's just going to make for an unbelievable, sort of campaign. And when you've got sides like Nottingham Forest that can come up and spend 30 million already, from the league below, it shows you that the level of competition next season in this league is going to be unbelievable. So let me know your thoughts on this video. You'll never walk alone.